everybody, and welcome into another Solid Orange conversation dedicated to Prisma Health and all the brave healthcare professionals out there. Don Munson, Brian O'Rourke, along with you, of course, with Development and Alumni Relations on the Clemson campus. Brian, first and foremost, just need to check with you. How you doing? Family okay? How's the staff?
Thanks, Don. I appreciate what you're doing. But first, I think I need to congratulate you on your recognition as being an honorary alumnus. Well deserved. We appreciate what you do for Clemson Athletics, but Clemson University as a whole. So congratulations to you, my friend.
Well, you caught me all of you caught me flat-footed on that night back in February. It's truly an honor. I'm looking forward to getting my ring. And I will wear that proudly.
That's great. But no, thanks for the question. My family, we're all doing fine. And our team's doing fine. I think we're like everybody else that's working from home. We're finding how to do Zoom and all those different tools to keep the team together and keep moving. I think we're learning some new things, trying to get even more creative. But I think our biggest focus has been on really reaching out to the Clemson family, all our donors, lead volunteers, representatives from clubs and many committees we have across this campus, and just making sure that we're touching base with them, seeing how they and their families are doing, and keeping them updated on Clemson. There's a lot going on here, and we want to try to communicate with them the best we can, but we want to let them know that we care and we want to know how they're doing. So a lot of outreach by all the members of development and alumni relations to the many leaders and volunteers at Clemson. So we've been busy doing that.
You mentioned updates, so let's go right there. Maybe you can give us some updates from the university side of things as we continue to go about, life with this coronavirus.
Definitely a new world. Some major decisions. I think, even graduation being postponed. And we look at sessions of summer school, both first and second session summer school are going to be online. That's a huge change. I mean, freshman orientation is now going to be virtually. Hopefully we'll be able to get all those freshmen together before they actually come on campus in August. Let's hope for that. But I'll tell you, every decision that I've seen made by university administration is really looking out for the best of the students. They're asking student leaders and student groups, what do you think of these decisions? So they're being very inclusive with every decision that we're making. And there's still some tough ones ahead to be made. And so, please know I've sat in some of those meetings, and they're really looking out what's best for the student and what's best for our faculty and staff as we make these decisions.
Well, and that's a great thing. The university has got some stuff set up to help, students, to help staff, to help faculty that have all been impacted by this pandemic.
Exactly. The university has set up two funds. One specifically to help our students with emergencies, and also a new one to set up and support our faculty and staff. The perfect name is, we're calling it Tigers Helping Tigers. As you look through this crisis, our students are experiencing really challenging times, loss of wages. Their families' income situations are changing. They're struggling with both housing and health insecurities. So we need to be there for them. Specifically, help to students are going to, help them since they've lost their jobs. How do we help them pay their rent? How do we help their home fronts? Utilities, medical expenses, even some of them having to travel. So we need to do that for our students. I think as we look at our faculty and staff, they're dealing with issues that are financial and logistical. Some of our families are dealing with not only child care issues, but elder care issues. The income for their households are changing because the spouse may have lost their job or being furloughed. So all of our members of the Clemson family want to stay together as a family. And we, as always, it's a part of our DNA to make sure we try to help members of the Clemson family that need that help. So we established these two funds to help us support our faculty and our students. And again, the name of that is Tigers Helping Tigers. You can't ask for a better name.
No doubt about it. All right. So how do we get involved? How, if I wanted to make a donation, how do we go about doing that?
Well, thanks for asking. You can go onto the website and go on the giving page and just look for Tigers Helping Tigers. Or you can just reach out to anybody that works in development, alumni, or even IPTE, and say, listen, I'd really like to help the Clemson family some way and support these funds. I understand there's a true need to try to help these funds, and any of us will be more than happy to have that discussion with you. And we appreciate the generosity of the Clemson family to try to want to help us.
Well, you obviously you go back to Thomas and Anna Clemson, and there's been this long tradition of Clemson family giving back. So, and I realize we are in very difficult situation. None of us really know what is going to come in the next, say, 12 or 18 months, let alone the next 3 months. So, what does giving look like through the end of the year? And other than just what we just talked about, how do we want to make sure that we all stay involved with this?
Yeah, normally the Prowl and Growl meetings are, during the spring as we're closing down at the end of the academic year and the closing down at the end of the fiscal year. And as you look at that, I mean, there are a couple of traditions that Clemson people are very proud of. I just think of alumni participation. Clemson University ranks for the last 10 years in the top 5 when it comes to alumni participation for public schools. That means alumni giving back to their institution. Top 5 in the country. That's something we're very, very proud of. Also, many alumni like to be able to say, you know what, I'm ever loyal. They have consecutive giving back to the university since their graduation. We hope that the Clemson family wants to continue with these 2 traditions and give back to Clemson, whether it's the emergency funds we've established or whatever programs they've always supported in the past. So we hope the tradition of alumni continuing to want to give back and that consecutive giving being strong is something that we want to keep going during this time. One thing is, these Prowl and Growl meetings, they're very special for all those local Clemson clubs because the money they raise during these events help support their own scholarships. Sending kids from their towns and their communities and giving scholarships to Clemson. I'll tell you, next year, the need for general scholarships is going to be higher than we've ever had at this institution because this new world and the financial crisis so many are experiencing. So to those Clemson clubs that are saying, we want to continue to build our scholarship programs, and for everybody who's listening to these virtual Prowl and Growls, please support your local Clemson clubs and their scholarships. Please support all scholarships at Clemson because, again, the need's going to be greater next year than we've ever had at our university. So, again, like Anna and Thomas did, give back, give what you can, do what's right for you, but know that when you support Clemson, you're going to be helping a lot of folks within the Clemson family, for sure.
No, it would be great if you're going to go to a Prowl and Growl event and you were going to buy a ticket or, whatever, donate something, go ahead and do that. I mean, just, like the event just happened, even though we're having to do it here through virtual means right now. So I guess, Brian, just as we kind of wrap this up, what's the message? What's the thing that you want to let the Clemson family know?
Oh, I would say, we're in a different world, a new norm, a crisis that's not only affecting higher education in Clemson, but it's much broader than that. But I'm very confident in the leadership of Clemson, whether a very involved board of trustees, an outstanding president, his executive leadership team. They're making tough decisions, but as I said earlier, they're very thorough in each decision that they're making, and they're looking out for students and their number one resource, our faculty and our staff. So I think we're blessed with tremendous leadership at our institution right now. And, we were strong. And Don, we had great momentum on the field and off the field before this happened. And that momentum is going to continue when this crisis is over. Why? Because the Clemson family is strong, and we're going to support each other to get through this crisis. And when we get to the other side, we're going to be together, we're going to continue together, and we're going to continue to move forward and do great things for the Clemson family and our communities and the state and beyond. So Clemson will continue to be strong beyond this crisis. But until then, we just hope everybody in the Clemson family stays safe, take care of yourselves, take care of your families. And I just can't wait to get back on campus and see everybody. And as we say, give those virtual hugs to everybody. I'm from a virtual hug to a real hug to everybody. and that day will be exciting for all of us. So I thank you for the opportunity to talk about what's happening at Clemson and how the Clemson family can continue to support each other during this time. And I look forward to being with everybody when we get to the other side.
No,
So go.
there's going to be some embracing. Make no mistake about that. There's going to be some serious embracing when we do all get back to a little bit of normalcy. Hey, appreciate the time with us, Brian. Certainly all the best to you and the family. Appreciate everything that you're doing there inside at Clemson. We will make it through, and we'll come out better for this as well. I think that's the other point about this is, like I said, we're Clemson. We're not going to let this beat us down. We're going to come out better on the other side.
I agree 100%. And I say, go Tigers with that.
Go Tigers, absolutely. All right, so there's our Solid Orange conversation dedicated to Prisma Health and all the brave health professionals out there. For Brian O'Rourke, I'm Don Munson. Thanks for being with us, and go Tigers.